I don't try to talk about the same thing over and over again. I do try to make this different, but where we are in our culture right now, in our society, we are dealing with some pretty big and important things, and we're dealing with them pretty loudly. Um, on one side, you have the Republicans and those who lean with them, the more conservative right. On the other side, you have the Democrats and those who lean with them, the more liberal left, even progressing into socialist left. Those are the two kind of sides to most everything. And what's annoying about it is that in a lot of cases, it's not a right or left thing; it's a right or wrong thing, and those don't necessarily line up on the political spectrum as we know it. And yet we still have to look at our political overlords, I guess, and determine which one of you approves of this or doesn't. And everything that we do now seems to be pushed through the lens of politics. Now, some people would argue that this party did that or that party did that. And the reality is they both did, because neither party is going to have as much power as they do now unless they have us at each other's throats. Now, with that said, I've already told you I am a conservative. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I will vote for either candidate if I think that they will uphold conservative principles that I believe are correct. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't vote one party more often than the other simply because they line up with what I want closer. I do not begrudge people doing that. You need to vote your conscience whenever you vote. Don't listen to me and what I say, and don't listen to my opinion. It's just up to you guys. You need to do this. But what we're about to talk about is honestly a huge blight on the Democrats' record. And there are many that you can put there. Now, I know a lot of people on the left would say that there are many blights you could put on the Republicans, and that's fine. You can say that that's fine. But what we're talking about today is disturbing and disgusting on the level of slavery. This is an evil thing that we're going to discuss today that is happening in our country and in our society today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, hopefully not, but today, right now, in the moment that you can change what is going on, that's when it's happening. It's not going to be down the road for your children to take care of. It's not in the past where your parents were going to take care of it. This is now on us to deal with. I love the Lord of the Rings. One of my coworkers will say it's overrated. He's absolutely wrong. Incredible movies, incredible book. But here's what one of my favorite things that are said by the character Gandalf, and I'm not going to be able to quote it perfectly, but it's the idea of Frodo says to him that I wish this had never come to me, referring to the ring and the time that he was in and the just darkness that was there. And Gandalf says, so do all people who live to see such times. But that's not your choice. You only get to choose what you do with the time that is given to you. I wish that what we're about to talk about had not come in my time, had not come to me to deal with, but it has. So we're going to deal with it because I am going to choose to do what is right with the time that has been given to me. That's where we're going to get into. And what I mean by this, I've been kind of vague. I mean, I told you about it in the opening segment, but I want to talk about this. So I've brought up many tweets and videos that have been brought up by the TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter account known as Libs of TikTok. And all that she does is she takes things that are being stated by libs, the left, on TikTok or on social media in general, and she just puts it out there for everyone to see. Because a lot of the things that she brings up, nobody knows are going on, right? It's the idea of the people in Germany during the Holocaust. They made the statement, "We had no idea. We didn't know." Whether they did or not, I am not here to judge. I'm not here to say that. But they had the argument, we didn't know. Libs of TikTok has taken it upon herself to make sure that we do not have that excuse, that we don't get to say we didn't know. Mengele butchered children in the name of science during the Holocaust. And here we are again doing the exact same thing in the name of science and inclusion. That's what we're back to. What do I mean? Well, what I mean is that the Libs of TikTok account was permanently locked, or at least locked for now, after she posted a video that contained audio from a phone call to the Children's National Hospital asking whether they did gender-affirming hysterectomies on minors. The audio that she put in here with subtitles, I'm going to play it in just a second. The audio that she puts in here infuriated the left. How dare you put this out there? Because she had been making different statements and claims saying that minors were getting transitional surgery, and the left was saying that's a bunch of lies. You're lying about this. And so now when she finally had the proof of it, she was banned from Twitter. Her posts are still there, but she's locked out and can't do anything to post anything else because of she violated her hate conduct from Twitter. The thing is, it gave no reason. It just said violated hate conduct, but didn't state any tweet, any video, anything that she had done. It didn't give her any information to be able to even go and delete anything to be able to get back into the account. Nothing. She's completely in the dark on this. So the only thing we have is to assume that what I'm about to play for you is what actually got her locked out. Now, this is going to be a phone call that it's a woman acting as though she has a 16-year-old daughter who wants to transition to be a man, and she's looking to have gender-affirming hysterectomy. Now, if you wanted to know this, that is sterilization of her daughter. That's what she's asking for right here and right now in this clip. And then you will have a series of people from the hospital answering this question as she's kind of shuffled down the line. And I want you to listen to it, so pay close attention. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see the subtitles, and it will explain a little bit better about what's going on. So I would recommend you go there and watch it. But listen to this clip nonetheless.
Thank you for calling National Hospital. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance.
I was calling for information about gender-affirming hysterectomies.
Okay, you said gender-affirming hysterectomy.
I've been in touch with quite a few hospitals, and a lot of them, they said they won't do it for my 16-year-old, and then I was told that this hospital might, and I also saw it on your website. So if you guys do it for a 16-year-old, I would be happy for to come for a consultation or whatever it takes.
Let me get you over to the operator, and I hate to transfer you.
I just want to know if you guys do service that age, before coming all the way for an in-person consult and going through all the paperwork and everything.
Yeah, it depends. Like, each department is different. Some departments cut off at 18. How old is your patient?
16.
Okay, all right. So they're in the clear. I'll email Dr. Call and see what we can do. In the meantime, if you still want me to transfer you, I can still transfer you to surgery.
She's transferred over.
Hi, I was calling because I'm looking for information about the gender-affirming hysterectomies that you guys offer. Am I in the right place?
Okay. Yes. This is the clinic. Did you want to make an appointment?
So I was just wondering. I've contacted quite a few hospitals already. It seems like it's difficult to find one that does the operation for my 16-year-old, and I was told that you guys do that. So if you do it for 16-year-olds, then yes, I'd love to schedule an appointment, a consultation, whatever you need.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your child gender changing to, so I can point you to the right direction?
Yeah, well, he transitioned to male. You know, he already had the top surgery, and now we're looking for the hysterectomy.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to transfer you to the GYN nurse line. One of the nurses will give you a call to give you more information and to let you know the steps and the protocol that they do for that, okay?
Okay. So they would do it for that age?
Yes.
Okay, great. Is it a common procedure that you guys do for that age?
Yes, we have all different type of age groups that comes in for that.
For the hysterectomy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, do you know like what's the youngest age you would do it on?
I'm not sure, but I have seen younger kids, and I'm not, due to HIPAA, I'm not allowed to say that, but I have seen younger kids, like, younger than your child's age.
Get the gender-affirming hysterectomy surgery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I really appreciate your help.
So, there's now evidence and proof from that audio that Children's National Hospital offers not just hormone treatment for minors, but actual irreversible surgery. Actual irreversible sterilization of kids. She said that 16 was not the youngest person, that they do it routinely, that there are younger kids than 16. In what world is this okay? I've already talked to you about the transition and what that entails. I've talked about male to female transition and the butchery that is. But the things that they do to females are no better. And in fact, there are horror stories of people who have done this so-called bottom surgery, this gender affirming surgery, and they have had nothing but pain, nothing but problems. In fact, this is a story that I'm putting up on the screen right now. I'm going to read to you for audio, but this is a story of a 21-year-old who's had a botched surgery. Let me just read this to you. So this is to Reddit. It says, "Help, reconstructive surgery? ? Hi, I'm a trans woman in Pennsylvania. I'm 21 years old and got my vaginoplasty and breast augmentation done a few months ago by Kathy Roomer in Philadelphia. She screwed up big time, and I haven't been able to pee since March 22nd. I have been forced to use a suprapubic catheter. It hurts and it doesn't, and I don't like having to use it, but I can't find any surgeon who can fix it so I can pee normally. I have Medicaid, so it would have to be somebody that accepts that. Honest to God, it hurts like hell, and I don't want to be here anymore. I can't run, I can't have sex or be active. It hurts whenever I drink anything because my bladder is so screwed up and I feel broken. I'd really appreciate it if somebody could help me find a reconstructive surgeon that Medicaid would cover in Pennsylvania. I'm just about done with this life. I hate being in pain every single day. And in 6 months down the road, I still haven't found a surgeon to fix this. That is one of many stories for the outcome of transition surgery. Most people, in fact, will have some form of complication similar to this. For males, the wound that they inflict on themselves will constantly try to heal itself, will constantly ooze liquid that is trying to begin the healing process because it's a gaping hole in their body that should not be there. And unless they insert an object into this canal that has been created that goes nowhere, has no sensation and no feeling, unless they insert an object into this canal daily to stretch the canal back open, it will close itself. Our bodies were not designed this way. They were not designed to have these surgeries done. Now, I get it. I understand. There are times in our lives when things have to take place to save our lives. And in that case, those surgeries are more than warranted. But this is not saving a life. People argue that transgenders will commit suicide if they don't get these surgeries. Well, the reality is that the suicide rate among transgenders before and after surgery are almost identical. There is no difference. And if you push real hard, you might be able to find an actual statistical increase after the surgery for this reason, for what we just talked about. This woman here who is having this surgery is saying that I'm not sure what to call them at this point, that they are not able to pee because of this surgery. They absolutely have lost function of their body the way it was supposed to be. All because a doctor was too much of a coward to say that this is not something that will help. The reality is that in any other mental disorder, we have never decided that appeasing that disorder was a good thing, because it's not. It's a disorder. It is a dysfunction. And I have the utmost sympathy to the people who have to live with this disorder and this dysfunction, and that their mind is lying to them daily. But it's not going to help them one bit if I lie to them as well. And yet here we have doctors not only lying to patients, actively butchering their bodies, breaking their oaths to do no harm. Instead, we have them committing heinous acts in the name of inclusion and diversity and love and acceptance and science. Here's the thing. There's nothing scientific about this. Nothing. In fact, all the science that we do have points to the fact that this is butchery. And the doctors who perform it should be jailed. Now, I understand that there are probably doctors who are pushed to do it by their institutions. But here's the thing. You still have a say-so. You might lose your job, yes, but you have a say-so. You do not have to commit this atrocity on children, let alone adults. This should not be an option because it is wrong. The same way that starving your anorexic child should not be an option. You should not be affirming the belief of the child that they are overweight when they are clearly anorexic and malnourished. So why are we deciding that we should be pushing this belief, that reinforcing this dysfunction, this disorder on kids or adults? It's not all darkness in this story, though this particular one is dark. There are stories beginning to emerge of people who have seen reality and they have encountered a change. Sophia, I believe it's Sophia Gilman, hopefully I got that right, has basically, let me read you her story here. At 17 years old, Sophia, born female, made the decision to transition to become a man. She was led to believe that this would alleviate her gender dysphoria, which she since has realized was a result of deep trauma. But after 2 years of cross-sex hormone and replacement therapy from the age of 18 and a double mastectomy at the age of 19, she realized at 20 that her life was left severely worse than before. After deciding to detransition, she found no resources to help aid her in the tumultuous process. So after a year of attempting to move forward in the little strength she had, she ultimately surrendered her life to the Lord. Through a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, she has been able to experience true redemption and healing in a way she never could have dreamed possible. So her goal in establishing this organization is to help other detransitioners actualize this same redemptive power within their own lives. All of the glory to God. She understands from personal experience that true redemption of a life can only be found in Jesus Christ. She created the project called Rainbow Redemption Project, and it's a project designed to provide kingdom-minded resources to detransitioners with the ultimate goal of fully redeeming their lives through the transformative power of Jesus Christ. Whether you're a believer or not, whether you accept Christ as God or not, I think you can understand that this person has more right to speak than anybody else, according to our understanding of people being able to speak on a topic. She absolutely transitioned to be a male and then detransitioning to be the female that she was born to be. And she is doing her dead level best to help people along that same path. I want you to hear her quick little segment that I found on Twitter from her. Listen to this.
But I would definitely say if I would have known about Jesus and what, his love and his spirit is capable of from a young age, and even if at the time when I was struggling with gender dysphoria, if someone would have came up to me and say, Jesus could set you free of that, I would have never gone down the path that I went down.
Yeah.
So that's in her own words. She said she would never go down that path ever if she had known the love of Christ. And I put up the tweet here, the quote, it's actually Sophia Galvin. I am sorry. Sophia Galvin is her name. And she was sharing the clip on Twitter, and that's where I found. She was with the Blaze is where she was being interviewed for that, where that audio clip came from, or that video clip came from. But guys, this is what I'm talking about, that it comes down to us. That it comes down to us in the time that we live to choose with the time that is given to us. You see, for whatever reason, God determined that this was the place for us to be in this time, in this setting. I don't know what I am going to be able to do, what I'm going to be able to say, what change I'm going to be able to act into this world. But what I do know is this: I've been given an opportunity. I've been given a voice. I've been given a chance to help people, to care for people, to love people. And I can't miss that chance. Right now, I am calling on you as you watch or you listen to this to choose what you're going to do with the time that has been given to you, to push back on the darkness and the evil that our society and our culture are pushing and that is pervading through our daily lives. What are you going to do to end this butchery and to end this cycle of harm? I'm calling on you to join me in helping people to realize that this is not right. This is not okay. And to do this to women, to men, to children, to mutilate their bodies, to forcibly sterilize them, to irreversibly destroy their physical forms is not okay. And it's time we stand up and let people know that because we love them, we stand up and say, this is not good for you. This is not okay. I am calling on the church to make a change, to no longer be passive and allow the things around us to happen because it doesn't affect me, because I'm busy and I can't manage that, because I have too many other things. It's time for the church to be the church, to be the hands and feet of Jesus, to move, to fight, to act, to push. It's time for us to stand up and say, enough is enough. And it's time to let people know that we are for them. It's time to let people know that there is more to life than this. There is more to life than the pain and the suffering and the loneliness and the depression and the fear that we all feel in some form or another throughout our life. It's time to act. It's time to decide what to do with the time that was given to you.